So today I'm going to be starting this new sketchbook, which already has a scuff mark on it, even though it's been sitting in my desk for 2 days. This is just a North Shore thing. It's the brand that they carry at Amazon. And, ooh, already tearing. Lovely, lovely. Ah! It tore the paper. I don't know if you can see that. Now that's gone. We are going to be starting this today. And we are going to be decorating the cover. Of course, we are going to be decorating the cover. I have a couple things already set aside. I have this tricky wagon thing. This side has like glue stuck on it from years of use. This is the tricky wagon bookmark I got in like 2019 that we're going to be putting on it. I got the sticker, a Venti, and I got this banana cat. I have this sticker from a friend. It's a Miku. I have this sticker from 2019. It's Dina Noland. I used to be a patron of hers, and I've kind of had this for a long time. I also have my tin of, that was the wrong direction. I have this tin of stickers and postcards that I'm going to look through. It's honestly mostly postcards. I almost just showed my address. I can't probably show much of it because it has envelopes that have my address, but I think stickers is going to be the second thing we do. Because we actually have a first thing that we need to do, which is swatch some things. Because I want to write on the cover of the sketchbook, and I have these really cheap, like Dale Rowney Simply acrylic paint markers from 2019, 2020. I don't have like proper Poscas. I just have these couple colors. They're really cheap, kind of crap, and I need to make sure at least one or two of them will work for me to write on. And then I also have about 150 Ahura markers. I'm going to be swatching these and making sure they're not all dried out, and then I'm going to decide how I am going to decorate. So let's do that. Okay, so I decided that I'm going to make the front of the sketchbook the back of the sketchbook, which is fine because there's not like any pockets or anything in this one, because there's this little tear here and this scuff. I don't know if you can see it, this little scuff here. It's basically the same thing anyways, I just don't like the scuffs. Let's see, what order do I want to do this in? I know I want to write some of my goals in here, but I am not sure where I want to write them. Like, I could write them here. Which would be good, and then do swatches like this. I'm also probably going to have one section be like my scratch page for when I need to like test something actively. Okay, so I wrote out my goals on this little card. You probably can't read them well because they're pencil and my handwriting is chopped. But I am going to write them here. I think first I am going to, maybe I'll sketch the box in pencil and then I'll see what I need to do. Okay, and I am not good at talking while I write, so I am just going to write these out and then I will tell them to you as I start swatching. Hopefully it doesn't smudge the ink where it's gonna touch that title, but whatever. It's a sketchbook. Ah, this lid wants to come off, but this lid doesn't. Oh, that, okay. Okay, I don't even know if you guys can read this. I hope you can. Either way, I will talk about them in a bit anyways. Let me at least swatch these, and then I'll decide what I want to do. No, wait. Oh, I can hear how dry this is inside. Usually when you push down these, you would like see some ink coming through, but like there is nothing. Wow. Well, I know I use this one a lot, so let me see if any of the colors are a little bit better. Ooh. That is dry inside. That one is not working. Okay. Okay, the white works at least. Ooh, that's a bit wet. Yeah, the white works. Oh, it works for white. Ooh, the red's pretty damp. Ooh, but its shaker is all dry, so I probably won't get much out of it. How's the blue? Oh, no shaker. But it is actually going a little bit. Okay. Okay. I'm not necessarily going to go in like color order, but I will do color families because I kind of have things organized like that. This bag is like obviously the oranges, yellows, pinks, and slightly purples. There's some purples in the blue box, but not a lot. I think I will do this color family here. Let's just go random, and then I will write which marker it is on the swatch. So let me get to that. Oh wow, look at how stained those are. You can tell I used that marker a lot, damn. I remember what drawing that was from too, where they got it stained. Oh, and I forgot. Some of these are fine tips. I forgot. I don't have the proper edge for every marker. This one is such a weird name. It's called Dark Violet Light. Like, what does that mean? It's dark violet, but it's light. You could tell they were running out of ideas. But like, also, it's not completely inaccurate. That is kind of dark violet light. While you watch me swatch, I'm gonna tell you a bit more about my goals for this sketchbook because I forgot to do that before. Goal number 1 is to be getting comfortable drawing traditionally again, because if you've seen my other videos, you might know that I've been developing this muscle injury slowly in both of my arms over the last few years, and it led me to like hardly drawing at all traditionally. And in August, I completely stopped being able to draw at all for about 6 months, and ever since I have not touched a pen. I've just been drawing on my iPad. So my goal is to actually draw traditionally again properly for the first time in like years. My second goal is to develop my original characters more. I have a lot of OCs. One of them I draw in this video. And I want to work on them a lot more in a less pressured place than digital art is for me, and just to share them with you guys. Goal number 3 is just draw whatever I want each day. If I want to develop my OCs, I will do that. If I want to draw Batman, I'll do that. If I want to draw something else, I'll do that. And then goal number 4 is to try new things. And I don't just mean like mediums or traditional in general. I mean like actual new poses and like new illustration ideas and stuff like that. Because in digital, I feel like I can do anything, and even if I hate how it turns out, I can finick with it until it turns out how I want. Traditional, I kind of default to this character standing facing forward pose because it's hard for me to commit to any other pose or like angle or like extreme idea without getting stuck, because it's traditional. You can't just get rid of it easily after you do it, so I need to force myself to start doing new things. And those are my goals for in this sketchbook, and let's get you back to me. And I'm sorry to say you guys don't get my beautiful, amazing, wonderful voice speaking to you as I was decorating the cover of my sketchbook, because the mic completely died while I was recording this part. So you get me, voiceover voice instead. I have these stickers, I have Venti, I have this cat, and I realized I had a lot less stickers than I thought I did. I bought this huge pack of stickers from this artist called Milky Tomato a couple years ago. And I thought I still had them all in this container still, but it turns out I stuck them all on my giant tower PC right before it died, and I can't get them off. So that's who they are. Other than that, I'm going to have to get a lot more stickers and put a lot more on over time. I actually decided I have a video upcoming where I'm going to make a bunch of stickers, because there's this way that you can do it with packing tape that I've seen. And I think I'm going to do some of that, and we'll see how it looks. But that'll be its whole video on its own. So yeah, unfortunately, not a lot of stickers on it for this video. Hopefully we'll get a lot going in the next one. But yeah, the audio goes right back to normal during the drawing part. So here you go, you can have that. Okay, I looked up some references for what I think I want to draw today. But I think I also have to swatch these real quick. As I said earlier, I lost most of my mild liners recently. This one is one of the only older ones I have left. It's probably from like 2019. I don't even know if it still works, but it's the one I want to use. So let's see. Sorry for the shadow. Damn, the lighting's getting bad. looks okay. It's not juicy, but it might do for what I want to do. How dark is this one? I don't want to use one that's too dark. That might be a little too dark for this. I know the pink's pretty light, but at the same time, I kind of want to use blue. I kind of don't want to use my alcohol markers for blocking out shapes, but it might be the best method. So what I want to draw is Kifri from Witch Hat Atelier. I at least want to draw him once today. He's kind of one of my favorite characters ever. I have not drawn in my sketchbook in months, and this is a brand new one. So I'm just gonna come up with a pose and I'm just gonna draw him. Let's see. Let me think. What kind of pose? Let's put his head here, maybe. That's my one problem with drawing like these beautiful lanky men, is like all of my shapes get like too long and too thick and bulky. I need to get less squishy bulk into my art, kind of, because I can never get those long lean lines of a beautiful man. I want to like bring his leg up. See, like that looks so... Okay, whatever. Oh my god, no, mugger, come on, do your job. Is this mugger kind of drying out already? Maybe I used to use this one a lot, but I don't know. It's feeling really dry. I've realized in the last couple of years that a lot of my favorite characters are those like really long, twiggy, typical men. Like I love Kifri. I love Vash from Trigun. I love Nightwing. He kind of doesn't really fit, but he is very long. He does have the kind of charisma and anger issues though, so he kind of fits. I love Apollo from Prism. He's great. I died for him. Obviously we don't know much about him yet, aside from like what has been in the lore videos, but I do love that man. If I put the chin there and the top of the head here, I don't know how artists do it, like do their shapes so like twiggy and thin and pretty. It's very difficult for me. This is already looking horrible. That's fine, it's fine. It's the first sketch of this entire sketchbook. Try new things or whatever. I've drawn Kifri like so many times over the last like decade, but it doesn't make him easier. Handsome man. Long nose. Oh my god, okay. The head is still so big, oh my god. Like, what the hell? It's like double the size of the ribcage. I'm gonna be going over things with black line anyway, but still. Just make everything slightly bigger. That's what she said. I love sketchbook videos. Like I obsessively watch other people's sketchbook videos, and it always feels so easy, and then I forget that I'm just bad at sketchbooking. But you know what? I'll have to get better. Why did I draw his arm like that? I meant it like this. Let's just fix it all with his cloak. How about that? Just cover everything up with his beautiful cloak. And then this little hat. Drawing this little section coming just off the page is so funny because it's like, ooh, what sits under that brim? Wow. Well, not a brim. I guess it's kind of a brim pulled up, but you know what I mean. Drawing my emotional support tassel. You guys need to watch Witch Hat Atelier if you haven't though. I'm sure if you're here that like everyone has been telling you to watch Witch Hat Atelier, but still, if you haven't, there's a reason you should. Okay. Now, could I go over this in a light wash. I don't know. I'll try at least doing it with the legs, just because the shapes here are needing to be covered up anyways. Yeah, this one's a lot better. See, it's not as... I really struggle with drawing these long, beautiful folds. And then, what do his shoes look like? They're like these boots. And then his other boot was like right here. It's completely hidden, but I'll like shape it like this legs like that, this legs like that. I might change how the legs are now that they're positioned. I might make it so it looks like this knees here. And this knees here. Yeah, that kind of looks better. Oh, I mean, it's ankle breaking, but there. That looks a little bit better, and I can line the things to make it like that. You see, like, his boots are not chunky like this. They're kind of like that, but I struggle with making everything chunky. I think I'm gonna start with the little pendant and go from there. So I ended up having a really hard time with this one, so I figured you'd just hear me talk to you here instead of listening to me complain for like 20 minutes. Most of this was just me complaining, and then also me talking about how much I love Kifri. And if you know Kifri, you know why I love him. If you haven't watched Witch Hat Atelier, you should watch Witch Hat Atelier. If you haven't read Witch Hat Atelier, you should read Witch Hat Atelier. I will tell everyone I know who hasn't read or watched it to read or watch it, because it's amazing. Kifri is a mentor to a bunch of magical little children, and there's dark stuff going on, and it's beautiful, and it's all about like passion for magic and art. It's great. But Kifri is like the love of my life. And as I said, I love those really like lanky, long, like charismatic yet angry male characters, and I have such a hard time drawing them, and Kifri is like the pinnacle of that. He's so hard to draw. Like it's like I can't capture YN's beauty, but it's about Kifri. I feel the same way about Orugio though, who is the other like prominent male character in the series, and every time I try to draw them, I feel like I am slamming my head into a wall. So I am not gonna force you to listen to me feeling that way. So you just get it as a video instead. I still love drawing Kifri. I should draw Kifri more. He's very beautiful. I need to get better at drawing characters like him, because his body type is a type of character that I really like. I just got so stuck in drawing like squishy little anime girls that I didn't get better at anything else. I can draw like really beefy men or like really squishy anime girls. I'm not good at the middle ground there, and I need to improve at that, because unfortunately that is how art works. You need to be able to draw other types of characters to be able to draw other types of characters. So that's something I also need to work on in this sketchbook. But yeah, I did have a lot of fun drawing Kifri, even though it was annoying and frustrating, and I'm gonna have to do it more. But now we will move on to the next drawings I did, because I did fill this entire spread, and the next couple drawings are things that I can actually draw more easily, so enjoy. This is the Tricky Wagon sketchbook, and this is a Dina Roland sticker actually. I got these around the same time. I need to start drawing things that aren't like just a face or my Adventure Time phase. Yeah, see, like so much of my art when I first got these markers, it was like this, just characters standing there straight with their hip cocked. That's it. These are cute though. Now what do I want to draw? Do I want to do more Kifri, or do I want to do something else? Let me think. Sasha is a good way to start at this book. Let me think. What do I want to do? I need to find out Sasha's colors. Where are Sasha's colors? I think I had written them down in here somewhere. Sasha. Did I write them down? I feel like I did somewhere. Well, Elsie's colors are listed here. Oh, Sasha. Okay. I was figuring out Sasha's colors, so let's see. I want to put Sasha's head like right here, and then I want his hand to be right here. I want to get more creative with like sizing of things because the sketchbook is so big. I can just like draw things over the edge and experiment. So do I want his hips to go this way or like this? Let's do this type of S curve. This leg going up, and then do I want it to go in? Well, I always draw legs going in. What if it's like more clearly like an outward pose? It kind of looks more like he's actually in combat rather than just posing if I do that. I kind of feel bad for drawing Carefree first now because he's such a warm-up sketch. I'm already so much more confident in this. But it's also because Magical Girl girly proportions are so much easier. Okay, do I want this hand going in or out? It might be more interesting for it to be going in, even if it might end up covered by the skirt. I kind of want to make a video just like talking about my OCs, and like the art fight prep video was kind of that, but I want to get more into their like actual lore and like who they are and what, because I have my Magical Girls and then I also have World and Celie and Orinth, but I kind of want to like really do something with them, like more than just like the occasional animatic. I should have placed this arm better so it's not like just cutting off there. Okay, collarbones. I'm just nervous about the face. I don't want to botch my beautiful wife. Okay. The head orientation's okay. I still kind of need to improve that. But yeah, I kind of want to talk about them more. You guys can ask questions in the comments, of course, but I think I'll tell you guys a little bit about Sasha. For those who don't know, Sasha is from my OC series, which is like Magical Girl mech pilots, and they kind of more so have the aesthetic and like mindset of Magical Girls while they're piloting mechs. Sasha is the vice captain of like the main team, and Elsie is the character who just joins the team at the beginning of the story. Well, Elsie and Raina, they both join at the same time. Sasha has been a mech pilot for a couple years at the time, and he did not want to be a vice captain of a team. But after the last team that they were on, he was on another team with the current captain, Cece, and that most of that team died. Because unfortunately, that's kind of what happens when you're a Magical Girl mech pilot. People die. When the rest of that team died and she was made team captain, Cece, she asked Sasha to be her new vice captain because she didn't want anyone else new to come into that and not have a good dynamic. So he took that role because that's what she asked him to do. And he did not want to do it. He does not like having any sort of like real responsibility over other people because he's afraid he's gonna mess it up. He's like, I can't even figure out my own crap. Like, how am I supposed to help you guys with yours? But he actually does a really good job at it. So I don't know what all the big fuss was. My boy needs better self-confidence. His face is looking a little messed up here, but that's fine. And then Elsie and Raina join at the same time because they're kind of waiting on their last couple team members for a while. And Elsie and Raina have like just graduated their final training because this is a job that has, oh no, I always do this. This is a job that has kind of high turnover. I always draw pigtails like this by default, but that's not Sasha's pigtails, and I don't like Sasha's pigtails up high. I'm gonna have to erase these completely. Oh my god, no. I don't like these pigtails, but they're my default when I'm drawing characters with pigtails. Sasha's start here. It's the one thing I always mess up about my own design, is that they start at the bottom. I got overconfident drawing my own character. Raina and Elsie joined the team at the same time and like immediately have a bunch of issues. And Sasha is the only one who really sees why Elsie is having the issues she's having and actually tries to like reach out and help her. And they become like best friends because of that, and I love it. Doesn't want to be a mentor, is a great mentor. I mean, I guess that kind of is all of the sort of like mentor figure characters. No, it's more like this. There we go. I always place it too low at first and then need to raise it up, but you don't really want to bother with that today. This star on their outfits and like this line down their body is a part of their uniform, and I feel like every team has some sort of a symbol insignia shape that is like in a similar pattern on all of their bodies, and only the team captain will have like some slight real variation to it. I don't remember, is Sasha's peeking? Yeah, I think that is a peek through there. Okay, now let's get to the skirt. I just recently changed Sasha's skirt a little bit when I was doing his art fight references. Like, it's always been like a pleated skirt, but I changed it so it doesn't have like any details on the side anymore because I thought they were really cute, but like I always forgetting to draw them, and I didn't enjoy drawing them. So wait, did I get his whole shape backwards? Yeah, nope, I did. Let me think. I just need to sketch this. I need to narrow down the design for his like little whip thing, but for now I think I'll just go with like the simplified version. I need to figure out Sasha's skin tone because it's always hard to get lighter skin tones on paper, and Sasha is specifically very pale. So I might just do a shadow tone. And I gotta figure out what that color will be, because I want to do the skin first. Let me look at some colors and figure out what would make a good shadow tone. Unfortunately, Sasha is like Genshin Impact white, so. And I'm gonna start with the shadow under the hair, because that's kind of like a test to make sure things are looking right, and then I'll go around here. And then this eye. And then I'm going to completely color in the ears. And then we're going to go with the shadow of the nose. I'm probably going to add some more pinky tones after, but for right now I'm just going to do this. And let's go pretty light, just adding some blush tones here. Oh, I'm realizing I didn't actually draw in his sleeves. He has these like bulky sleeves that I completely forgot to draw in. I was wondering why he looks off in the arms. There, and this way I'll at least remember to color them. Okay, now that's done. Now I just gotta do this. Just a little waist. That's where the line is. I'm probably still gonna have to add more highlight, but oh, I forgot to add his little hair floops. I think I'll just do that in color and then I'll line it after. Sometimes I'm like, what am I missing that's making Sasha not look like Sasha? And I have to remember it later in the drawing and then add it. Okay. Okay, and that's the hair. I'll add some more shading after I do the flats probably. Now I think we'll go with the pinks pinks and greens always really bring it together and make it look like Sasha, so let's get to that. I'm trying to remember, did I change those sleeves? I think they're just green now without any pink. Okay. Do you guys prefer draw with me's like this, where I'm talking as I'm drawing, or do you guys prefer the type where it's like a voiceover instead after I've already drawn? I don't know. I know some people like the talking as I'm going and like getting my actual thoughts as I'm drawing, and other people just like the talking to be like about other things after things are drawn. So comment that, tell me what you guys prefer, and I'll probably try out a little bit of both versions. I shouldn't be going over the edge. I'm too used to just being able to go over the edge with things, and just, it's still looking normal because I use digital layers, but this is kind of making a mess. I hope adding the lines at the end helps with that, but we'll have to see. But yeah, there's just something about the pink and green that just suddenly makes Sasha Sasha. I don't think I can draw him in any outfits that aren't pink and green. I'm gonna have to make him a pink and green school uniform. That's gonna be funny. Like, sorry guys, he had to customize the uniform. It wasn't his iconic colors. Okay. Okay, this goes like this. Okay, so that color is done. I think I'm gonna take in some more shading on the skin, just because now it's looking kind of washed out. And I want to make sure that I have the skin sorted before I line things. I might actually use a colored pencil for that. Where did my colored pencil go? When I was talking about the two different types of draw with me's, I didn't think I meant that I'd be doing the same in one video, but here we are. I've learned that I am absolutely horrible at talking while I draw, and that half of the commentary for this video ended up being me going, ooh, let's put this line there. Ooh, let's put this line here. Ooh, that looks bad. And I don't think that is going to be particularly interesting for any of you, so I'm going to try this style for the rest of the video. I did end up liking how this Sasha came out. I'm really happy with this as like a first spread, just aside from the Kifri being a little wonky. But I really like how this Sasha came out, and I think he's really cute. But I think Sasha is always really cute, so that's not particularly special. After this, I just went and I added some lines, and I, added tiny bits of black shadow where I thought it might improve the drawing. And that is really all I added to finish Sasha up. I was going to add some more highlights, but I think I only really added one or two into his eyes. I talked about Sasha a bit more earlier in this video, and my favorite things about him and where he comes from. But I honestly think I need to do a lot more to share his character with you guys, because he actually has a lot going on and a lot of connections to my other characters. But I also need to improve my other characters, which is a huge problem. Like, there's so many changes I need to make for them to really start working for me. Like, I think the characters I'm most happy with story-wise are Sasha and Rory, the robot with the green hair that you guys might have seen before. I feel like everyone else, they have like a good base, but they're just kind of lacking in terms of actual story involvement otherwise, and I really need to flesh them out. But either way, even if this story kind of ends up falling at the wayside due to that, I don't think I'll ever be able to stop drawing Sasha. Sasha is kind of like my ideal OC in the sense that I just want to keep drawing him. I love his design, I love his story, I love his personality. He's everything to me. But yeah, maybe I should make a sketchbook of just drawing Sasha. I think I would be weirdly satisfied if I did that. Yeah, I had a lot of fun I had a lot of fun with this one. Of course, there's more to this, but right now I am still just finishing Sasha up. Ooh, Bruce has made an appearance. I have these little plushies of Batman that I kind of keep laying around my desk, and I love him very much. He's right next to me right now, of course, and I kind of want to draw the plushies themselves, but I don't know if I could do that like really creatively and well yet. And now we've finally moved on to the next drawing, which is this little green alien girl in like a hunched, curled over pose. I didn't think I would like this one. Like at first I was regretting drawing it because I was absolutely hating it. But the more I worked on it, the more I started really liking it. And honestly, I think it's kind of better than the Sasha one right now. Well, it's not at the point you guys are seeing right now. It's still having a lot of problems, but it turned out really good at the end, and I was really happy with it. It's not a character from anything. I just wanted to draw an alien girl, so I drew an alien girl, and I really like her. I don't think she'll be a recurring character in any of my pages, but I definitely enjoy drawing her. I love drawing cute little alien type characters. Right now I'm just doing the sketch, and I'm doing this like little spiral for her hair. I don't know why, but I love being able to draw like spirals and like big blobby shapes in characters' hair, and I'm always looking for an excuse to do that. And also these like lines on her sleeve, this kind of like ribbed pattern, I'm always looking for an excuse to do that on like sleeves or pant legs. And I don't know why, it just like itches my brain. I gave her a little star in her hair to bring some of that yellow that I'm going to put in her outfit up into her hair more. And I'm starting to color in. Again, I'm coloring before I do the line art because I am not going to be that person who experiences my lines running after I've already put them down and started coloring. It's just not something I can handle. I would die. I would fall off a building if that happened to me. I am not dealing with it, especially because I don't have any like thicker mediums like acrylic markers or anything that I can use. It's just not really an option for me to fix smudge line art like that right now. So I'm just gonna do it this way. It's the safe way. I was going to try to do like a bit more like of a jelly, blobby, shiny style for her hair, and then I realized that the base color I went for was a little too dark for me to achieve that, so I just ended up filling it all in. And then I realized I don't actually have a really good shading color that's dark enough to work with the hair color I chose because I only have like 150 Yahoo markers. There's some spots where I'm really lacking in colors I want to use. And one of those is like darker blues and like mid-range purples. That's the one problem with the Hoover markers. They kind of lack in mid-range purples. Otherwise, I would be purpling it up. All of my character designs would be purple. I did this like really fun gold for her outfit. I think it just really worked with the like futuristic vibe of her as a little alien girl. And then I did like these thick, chunky, shiny boots that were kind of like armor. And I thought they were really fun. I don't think they're very practical considering, the rest of her outfit. But I don't know. Maybe she just needs to protect her legs because she's jumping a lot. But otherwise, she's not in danger. I don't know. I started doing the shading for the silver armor. And I don't really like how it turned out. But it also didn't turn out like objectively horrible and awful. Like it does kind of look like what it's meant to be. But I think I need to do more studies of this actual texture. Like I had an easier time with the gold. But just not with the other metallic stuff. And then I moved on to the line art. I decided I wasn't going to fully line this one. I was just going to add some little black spots where I thought it needed them rather than going over the whole thing. And then I erased some of the pencil left in the highlights because you can erase over that, but you can't erase where you've already put alcohol markers. And then I added some white highlights and I went in and I added some more color. And that's the spread. I might add some like little other details over time as I do the sketchbook more. But yeah, that's the first spread in the sketchbook and half of the second spread. I will probably do some like pen sketches on this side, or maybe just like mess around with it. I don't know. I do love the looks of these kinds of spreads where you could see the drawing on the other side. I think that's so cool. But I think this is the final spread for today. I appreciate you guys sitting with me and watching me start the sketchbook. We decorated it with a few stickers. We did this. This is long dry now. And we swatched and we did the first spread. And we wrote down my goals for the month. Well, month. And you drew Kifri, Sasha, and some really cute, actually, alien girl that I like. Maybe I'll draw her again if you guys like her too. But yeah, let me know in the comments. You can answer the questions I asked. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you like this spread. Thank you. Bye. Now I gotta go clean up.